Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Stealwing33 plays Playerunknown's Battlegrounds. My name is Stealwing33, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Back in Playerunknown's Battlegrounds. Hopefully, we're gonna have a good day today. I'm a little strapped for time, so there's a decent chance we might get interrupted here. But I mean, if we get interrupted, you guys will never see this anyway, so not like it matters. Yeah, so I mean, you know, we're working it out. Hopefully we'll have a good day. Kind of hoping that we'll do well. Do well. You know? So I saw an interesting post the other day. And I use these videos to sort of talk about my thoughts on stuff that like I see in the games industry in particular, because it's the industry that I'm most interested in, but stuff I see in the world. But I try not to get too political, because frankly, I'm kind of tired about hearing about my political climate, because it all makes me very sad. But I saw an interesting post the other day on the Heroes of the Storm subreddit. So I don't know if you guys are aware, probably not. Or you might be, actually. I don't know. It's got a big, broad appeal. Blizzard is planning on introducing voice chat to WoW and to Heroes of the Storm. And I don't think they're doing it to Hearthstone, because Hearthstone's got that mobile element where it's a little harder to add that kind of stuff to disparate platforms all at the same time. Not from a lack of resources, just it's the time commitment, basically. But that's not the point. So they're planning on adding it to Heroes of the Storm and to World of Warcraft. Well, people have been saying, well, we shouldn't do that, because you know, it'll make it really easy to harass people, right? So, here are my thoughts on that. It's interesting to think about. We live in a world where being connected to one another is both the best thing that's ever happened and the worst thing that's ever happened. And I wholeheartedly mean that. I think that being like connected to one another via the internet, via the digital era, is one of the best things that we could have asked for as a society, right? It's improved our understanding and our connection to one another as a planet a lot. But at the same breath, it's also created such a divide. Well, I'm stuck. Please. Game. Also, somebody dropped in here with me, so we're gonna run away. There's a 4X on top of the church, but we don't have a gun. And there's somebody on the church, and they picked something up. It might have just been a backpack, but running away seems to be the safest course of action right now. We'll come back for it. Anyway, so I think it's great, but it brought up an interesting point. Should we increase connectivity to one another, right? So I have my voice chat turned off in PUBG, because the PUBG community is full of racist people, and I record a show for my YouTube channel, right? So I can't, like, normally that wouldn't bother me. People are like that, especially if you play games as long as I have. You've heard it all, you know. And doesn't make it okay. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, we should be fine with racism because it happens all the time. Not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that like, it just doesn't bother me anymore. That's kind of as like I'm Spanish and I'm Indian. Like, you know, I'm not free of racism. It happens a lot in my day-to-day life, but all right, we're gonna stalk this lady because she's the lady who was up on the church, I think. She must have thought I landed on the church correctly and didn't see me fall off. I saw the choke. I know she went this way. The question right now is, where did she go? She's probably in the boxes. Well, anyway, so it brings up this idea that, like, is connectivity bad or not, right? And some people are calling for Blizzard to not do that. Like, they're like, well, please don't. We don't want to get harassed during the thing. But I always say that that's why you can opt out. And if your response to that is, oh, well, if I opt out, I can't communicate with my team, well, at some point you're going to have to come to the realization that, like, if your team is being racist, they're probably not communicating with you anyway, right? Like, you're not missing out anything. You can just toggle it on and off. It's like, takes 10 seconds, if that. I'm trying to listen, because I don't know where this lady went. But I know she's nearby somewhere. Yeah, so, you know, just turn it off. It's my response to that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, the harassment's an issue. The harassment's not going away because of ambiguity. People are saying stuff so that they think it's going to hurt you, because they want to hurt you, because they're mad, right? That has nothing to do with video games. It has everything to do with, like, ambiguity, right? Like, you don't know who I am, so whatever I say has no consequences, is the mentality, right? So when, like, and that's just an issue. That's like a human societal issue, but it's more of a human issue. Like, we as a species get angry and we lash out, right? We have emotions. It's a thing that happens to people a lot. And so, you know, and it's not an excuse. I'm not saying, like, it's okay to say terrible things to one another because we're angry, right? That's not what I'm saying. And I hope it's not being interpreted that way. But what I am saying is that it happens, and an awareness that it happens, and an attempt to make it better in your immediate life is what you should be doing. Not trying to gate away the problem. There's a Buddhist thing. So Buddhism is broken up into a couple different sects, right? And the Buddhist sect that I like, that I follow, is one where you realize that you have negative traits. You accept that you have negative traits. And you strive to make your negative traits better, so that one day there won't be as many, right? That evil lives in you. It's a part of your life. And that the best thing to do is not to try to run away from it, or shy away from it, or push it out of your life, but to embrace the fact that you have evil inside of you and to try to make it better or try to use it for good, right? So, you know, anger turns to passion, greed turns to ambition, or pride turns into commitment, things like that, you know. You try to make these things better inside of yourself, and that's your goal, right? And so I think that that's something that people need to live closer to in society. You know, we spend a lot of time trying to, like, get rid of all these negative emotions. We should live in some utopia where everybody's happy all the time, and that isn't. You can't do that. It's not human nature to be perfect, right? Humans are fundamentally flawed creatures. Damn, I was kind of hoping that that lady had left the 4X up here, like she just hadn't noticed it. Oh well. We should probably get out of here, to be completely honest. But we will crouch run our way out of here towards Flood Town. Yeah, so, and I think that by trying to, like, people are saying that they should not do the voice chat, right? And I think that the problem with that statement and the problem with that mentality is that you're not having the conversation. You're just running away from it, which is an option. I'm not saying it isn't. You know, if you don't feel like you're strong enough to have that conversation, then fine. Yeah, running away might be the best option for you, right? But as a society, when we look at these issues that we have, we've stopped trying to improve ourselves, and we've started trying to just push them away, right? And I think that that's a sad state for us as a species and as a society. You know, humanity isn't perfect. Far from it. I would make an argument that, like, humanity is one of the most flawed creatures on the planet, right? And that's coming from a guy that, like, also genuinely believes that like, humans are amazing, right? Like, as a species and as a creature, we're amazing. The problem with us is that we just, like, in more recent years, we've just stopped trying to grow, and we've just tried to, like, cut off the parts of us that we don't like. And I don't think that that's the answer. I don't, at a personal level. And, like, you know, I try not to get too political or try not to get too preachy on the show, because it's not my, like, you're a person. You know yourself and your needs and desires better than I do. I'm not going to try to tell you how to live your life. That's not fair. I don't know you. Like, I don't know what you need in your life. But for me, I try to live my life in a constant state of improvement. I basically look at myself like a house that I built that may or may not be good, that needs to be under maintenance at all times, right? And I think that that's something that a lot of people need to learn. I think that as a society, we've stopped doing that. Instead, we're just, like, sectioning off the parts of the house that's ugly, right? We're trying to, like, cut it off and get rid of it. And soon we're going to be left with no house. You know? And I think that that's kind of sad. It makes me sad to see us as a species stagnating that badly. And I say stagnating, I don't mean that as, like, oh, like, you know, where you don't embrace these bad things, like, we're just going to never improve. Like, no, but we're not having a hard conversation with ourselves, right? Like, the reason that we're running away from it is because it's a difficult conversation to have. It's difficult to look at yourself and go, oh, man, you know what? Like, maybe this is something that, like, people just are, and we need to make them better, right? It's not like, I'm not saying we can't improve people. That's a thing. Everybody should be striving to improve themselves. But, like, you know, at the same time, like, just looking at somebody being like, you're just wrong, you're ugly, and I don't like the way that you are, that isn't fixing them, it isn't helping them improve. You're just coming down on them for something that maybe they aren't aware is an issue. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just the way I look at it. I feel like the idea of, like, cutting off things doesn't make sense. Like, it's an easier solution than fixing it. Just getting rid of it is easier than fixing it, if that makes sense. Sort of sit down and being like, yeah, these things can't be improved, so we're just gonna destroy them, is bad, in my opinion. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. You know, we don't have a very big, we're not a very big community, but I like to talk to people about this kind of stuff, especially when it can be done rationally and calmly. These are conversations that I feel like people should be having. And the fact that we aren't makes me sad. There's a man up by the water tower. I want to move in that direction, but at the same time, I want to move in that direction because I want to kill him, because I don't want to be running across this field while he's up there. Because if he sees me, he's going to shoot at me. I dropped my M16 for the crossbow because I only had 30 bullets for the M16. And I'm pretty much, excuse me, convinced that, like, we're in a little bit of trouble, just from, like, a gear standpoint. To be completely honest. I'm kind of hoping that there's no one looking at the road by school. I'm kind of hoping that there's no one looking at the windows at projects. Like, I'm pretty much operating under, like, if I get spotted, I'm probably gonna die. So we're playing stealthy again. I don't know. I hope what I'm saying is, like, doesn't just sound like madness to you, to everybody who's listening. Because, like, it's not, like, I'm saying it from a place of, like, genuine thoughtfulness, I guess is the best way for me to put it. Like, I'm not saying it because, like, oh, I'm trying to be contentious. Like, I'm trying to be thoughtful and try to, like, think through stuff. Because, like, you know, that's who I am as a person. There's a person in front of me, by the way. trying to keep an eye on them, but I'm also trying to, like... I'm basically, like, if they do what I do normally and spin their camera while they're running, I don't want to make it easier for them to shoot me. Damn it. See, now I've lost track of them. Where did they go? Oh, there they are. Way the hell down there. Right in front of me, basically. You can kind of see them whenever they crest a hill. That's okay. We'll just keep running. They'll either stop or slow down as they get closer to the circle. And that'll be my chance to strike. They're too far away. I can still see them. We're chasing them mostly because, like, they're the only person I've seen so far, and if I can hit them with this crossbow, it'll make me feel good. I think I might have lost them. Nope, I can still see them a little bit. They're really far off now, though. They're in the haze right above the butt of my crossbow. You can kind of see them. I don't know if it's processing well on my recording, but I can, like, barely make out their outline while they're running. I'm kind of hoping that, like, I can catch up to them when they stop to, like, take a look at their map or something. It's not likely, but we gotta go. You can kind of see them now. There you go. PUBG's going badly. I'm focusing mostly on the conversation we were having because, like, the game's not really giving me much to work with right now. We're in the fog map, so there's nothing to see. I didn't really get good gear, so there's nothing to talk about there. Oh, they went this way. We're slowing down as we crest the hill because I don't want them to hear me if they're, like, chilling out right here. And we're not. Probably gonna lose. Ah, yeah, they were in the bush. Yeah, they're in some sort of ghillie suit. Damn it, they must have seen me. Oh well. We stalked them for, like, a really long time. That's gonna do it for this episode, I think. Just because I don't have time to, like, roll into another one. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about what we were talking about today. Again, I don't normally get preachy or, you know, stuff like that, but it was something that was bugging me for the whole day. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But with that, thank you all so much for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.